choosing cheap clothing are very, very, very common in the book community. And nobody talks about it, but I'll talk about it because I don't care. Hey guys, and welcome back to The Right Stuff with Jada. It's a new year and we are once again in a new space. I feel like I'm conflicted as to where we will film, but here we are. Brand new video and everything. But before we get into the video, I'm gonna do a new thing when I start the videos. So I'm just gonna take a moment to pause and just breathe and reflect. Ready? So I'm just gonna pause. Ready? Yes, guys. So, New Year, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I really hope you had a happy December. The December was really good. Being honest, I wasn't really feeling the Christmas spirit, but then I eventually got into the Christmas spirit, and I'm so excited for this year. I can feel it in my bones. It feels so good. I made a vision board. I'm not gonna show it though, because I'm a strong believer that sometimes you must keep things silent. But I made a vision board, and I'm planning this year. My friend Rainy, oh my gosh, she gifted me this, guys. She gifted me this amazing journal. I'll never shut up about it. I love it so much. It's, oh my gosh, I love it so much. And another thing, for those that are religious or like Christians, because I am one that I don't force my religion onto anybody. If you are, what I've started doing since, the year started, which is just like 4 days now, but still, 4 days is a lot. Before I even touch my phone, I, do a devotional. I get a scripture, I journal the scripture. I was gifted a prayer journal in a little secret Santa thing in December. So and it's just so amazing. So I would advise everyone to do that. So now, to the video. Today we'll be talking about some things I wished I knew before writing / publishing a book. I'm probably gonna do 2 parts because I don't like to make videos long. But let's get right into it. The first thing I have is make a budget. I didn't really anticipate how expensive it would be to publish, because as I would have told people before, and as I would have said before, I was literally on Wattpad 1 minute and then publishing a book the next. That was how fast the transition was for me. So I feel like if I'd made a budget, I wouldn't have to spend unnecessarily. If I made a budget sooner, I would have found people in the range to do things. Because trust me, sometimes I feel like, and I'm a strong believer that some people are overpriced, because I find people to work with who do the same thing for less that somebody else is doing for more or for the reasonable price. I wish I made a budget, but now I'm wiser, so everything is budgeted and written down. The next thing is to find a theme and stick with it. This one isn't it isn't one of those, I'd say, super important ones. It's very specific to me. I like things that are pleasing to look at. I like things that are aesthetically pleasing to look at. I believe that people will be more engaged with their content if it's more appealing to look at. And when I first started, I was scrambling. Everything was all over the place. I didn't have a set theme. I didn't have a set color. And then when I was promoting After Hours, I promoted it as a pink book when it was not pink, it was red. So then I had to go mid-theme and change it. Same thing with Before Dawn. I started with a theme, then I switched it. But now I feel like I found a template that I really loved and stick to it. And sticking to things and being consistent is something that I really love. And that's something, because I'm organized. Not the most organized person on the planet, but I'm very organized. So I like when things look uniform, and I like when things are consistent, and I feel like people like when things are consistent as well, or when things blend or complement each other, because sometimes consistency, or even to find things aesthetically pleasing, it doesn't mean that everything has to be the same color, it just means that everything has to be cohesive. So that's something that I wish I knew. Find a theme and stick to it. Next one, no one's running you down. I used to think that, oh my gosh, I have to do this and I have to get this out. No, Jada. If I could punch myself in the face, the old me, I would have. Because, girl, why were you rushing? And I feel like everybody, guys, just need to take our time. Writing is hard. Writing is not easy. Editing is not easy. Financing this whole thing is not easy. Being an author on a whole is very hard because you have days where you want to give up. You have days where you just want to throw everything away. You have days where everything is so good. You have days where things are bad. You have days where a bad review hurts you. You have days where you don't really care about a bad review. So it's like everything is topsy-turvy in this community. And one thing that I feel like helps to combat with, the up and down is slow down, pace yourself, slow down. Just because somebody is publishing 5 books a year doesn't mean I have to publish 5 books a year. Just because someone has this amount of followers or that amount of views doesn't mean that I get the same thing, because I have my time and you have your time, and all of that leads back to no one's running you down. Everybody does what they have to do in time, and it's just for us to figure out our time and work with our timeline. The next one is everyone isn't who they seem. This should have been number 1. I implore everybody, if you're watching this, whether you're an author, whether you're a reader, whether you're just thinking about writing, guys, everyone isn't who they seem. And this is going to turn to my point after this, but everyone isn't who they seem. And I'm going to repeat that once more. Everyone isn't who they seem. Wolves in sheep clothing are very, very, very common in the book community. And nobody talks about it, but I'll talk about it because I don't care. Guys, wolves in sheep clothing are very, very common in this community. You will have people that come to you as the most genuine people ever, and then they'll fuck you over. Sorry for cursing. I curse like a sailor. Like, trust me when I say this. And you have to be careful, and that's something with me. I trust people. I don't want to say I trust people easily, but I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. So, I'm not going to judge someone face value. And oftentimes, I don't expect people to lie about stupid stuff. So if I come to you, and we're talking, I expect you to say, I don't expect you to just lie, because I'm not of fact. It's quite crazy to lie to somebody that is across a screen, because why are you doing that? And I wish I knew that, because I wouldn't have trusted some people, I wouldn't have befriended some people, I wouldn't have even let some people into my space, even though, it's virtual. That doesn't matter, because once you interact with somebody on a daily basis or even a weekly basis, they're still in your space. So that's something that I wish I knew before writing. It goes for other things, but especially when it comes to writing and publishing and being in the author community, everyone isn't who they seem. And that goes for artists, that goes for, I was gonna say cover designer, but that falls on the artist. That goes for other author friends, that goes for bookstagrammers, book talkers, that goes for everybody who is on the book community, whether you're everybody, nobody is partial. Everyone isn't who they see. You just have to go and find, the good out of the lot. Because a lot of times, and even you have people that, because they have big followings, they like to bully people. But I'm going to talk about this in the next video. I'm not going to touch on this right now, because one of my friends was subjected to that bullying. And I haven't spoken about this, and I'm going to speak about it this year, because why do you feel like because you have a K beside your following that you're some God? Hello, there's one God that I know, and it sure as hell isn't you. Some of y'all need to come off of those high horses and remember that you were at 0 too. And a lot of times, and this one isn't even related, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. A lot of times you need to realize that half of the time the people that you talk against, they're doing way better than you. It might not be in the book community, and it goes to show who is actually in this community for the community itself and who is just here to get the views. It shows. So so the next time you're about to bully somebody, ask yourself, am I here for this or am I here for that? And be kind, please, because words do hurt. The next one, it's okay to be selfish and keep your ideas to yourself. I wish I knew that. When I get comfortable, I yap. And sometimes people steal your ideas and they'll take it as their own, and then it will look like it's their idea because they did it before you. And then you're like, oh my gosh. Even when it comes to, I'm not going to say gatekeep, Because if a good friend comes, a trusted friend comes to me and asks me something, I'm going to tell them. But 9 times out of 10, I keep everything to myself. I don't talk about anything unless it is done. And that's something that I'm working on for this year, to keep my damn mouth shut. Because, for example, when I just started, like, anybody that came to me about anything, and I'd spoil stuff in the book, talk about scenes, and I'd read their book, and I'd see that exact scene, and I'm like, what the hell? Or even when it comes to content, like, you'll want to help a friend with something, but then they steal the entire concept. And there's a difference between being inspired and totally copying. There's a big difference. And I think as a society and as a community, we need to understand the difference. And sometimes, guys, it's okay to be original. That isn't on this to talk about, but it's okay to be original. Because a lot of times I see content and I replicate them. And then when I make unique content, those are the ones that get the high engagement. So it's okay to be different. It's okay to have unique content. It's okay. Because somebody out there will love it. But yes, it's okay to be selfish and keep your ideas to yourself. And also, another reason to do this is because this is a hard pill to swallow. But drink some water while you're swallowing it, so it will digest easier. Not everybody wishes you well. Some people want to hear your plans so they can. I'm a very firm believer that there's power in the teeth and tongue. I'm a very firm believer. And because I'm a firm believer of that, I believe that it's not everybody you're supposed to tell everything, because sometimes people don't want what is best for you. They'll pretend, again, wolves in sheep clothing. They'll pretend that they want the best for you, when in reality they don't care. And that's something that I need everybody to know and everybody to focus on this year. Being more, and I'm not saying selfish in terms of being mean. I'm saying keep some things to yourself. It's okay to keep things to yourself. It's okay to not tell everybody everything. Because at the end of the day, you can be on this journey with 1 million people, it's still you, right? So do not misquote my words. I beg, please. I don't do drama. The next one. It's best to commission people you don't know than the ones that you do. Let me tell you something. Familiarity breeds content. When people get comfortable with you, they start to become lackadaisical. And I think there's something I want to support my friends when they're doing stuff. And 9 times out of 10, actually 9.9 times out of 10, I do support them. But a lot of times, it gets comfortable to a point where they feel like they can, be laid back on it. No. It's still a service. When we're doing business, we're not friends. This is the commissioning. That is what we are. We're not friends when we're doing business. We're business partners. Either I'm doing the service and you're getting it, or you're doing the service and I'm getting it. One of the two, we're not friends. And I'm a very principled person, and I'm glad I learned this now. Because in the start, just because you're my friend, I'd be like, oh my gosh, yes, you can do this. You can do that, blah, 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 blah. And then it would take months to come true. And then sometimes I feel like it's better to and why I say I feel like it's better to let people you don't know, because especially if they're legitimate business people, they want to make a great impression because they want you to come back, right? And I think that's very, very important. That's a very, very important lesson that I learned, and I'm so glad I learned it, because now when I'm looking to the everything, whether it's formatting, whether it's art, whether it's anything, graphics, reels, anything, I have to make sure that this is somebody legitimate, and then I have to make sure that, hey, this person won't screw me over. But it's very important to know this, because a lot of times your friends, they feel like because you're friends, they can, take their time, or they can put you on hold to do other things. No. This is still a business. And the last one for today is post every day but not spam. Before, when I just started, I was posting like 5-6 times a day. And I was wondering, why isn't my content getting any viewing? Like, why isn't it getting any engagement? Then I realized that, oh my gosh, there's something called spamming. And with Instagram, they'll shadow ban you, or they'll flag your account. And with TikTok, they'll shadow ban you. So I realized that after doing some research and observing other people's pages and watching, the little advice videos that pop up, you realize that consistency is key. You have to post every day. It's not a question. You have to post every day. If you're trying to build a following, if you're trying to build a group of people, a group of readers, a community, you have to post every single day. For Instagram, I know the recommended post time is 5 times a week. No, I think it's 3 times a day. Whether story, reel, or content, and you have to, or graphic, and you have to or carousel, you have to space them out. And for TikTok, I know it's 1 to 3 times a day, but again, you have to space them out. So for example, if you post one at 12, you probably post the other one at 5, and you can probably post the other one at 10, and vice versa. And you can also check the times when your followers are more active. For me on Instagram, it's 12 p.m. my time. I think I'm on Central Daylight, I don't know what time zone, but 12 o'clock p.m. And what I started to do, I started to post at 12, then I'll drop another reel in the night, I'll post stories throughout the day, and they'll, do well. And on TikTok, I'll post, I don't really know when I post on TikTok. Sometimes I post at 3 different times, or 2 different times, sometimes even more than that. But the more consistent you are on these apps, the better it is for your engagement. But while being consistent, do not spam. Do not post 8 things a day. Do not, because Instagram will flag your account for spam. Or they'll even take it a step further and deactivate it. And I do not want that to happen to anybody. Because a lot of hard work goes into building up. Even if you're at 10 followers, it's still a lot of hard work to build it from 0 to 10. Because that means that 10 people specifically found your account and decided, yes, I love their content enough to follow them. And that is a number that nobody should take for granted. 5 people found my account and decided. Whether it's 2,000 people, whether it's 0, it doesn't really matter. People found your account, and hard work is something that, imagine. But yes, those are my 7 things I wish I knew before writing and publishing. I know I branched off into other things, but when you're talking and conversations are flowing, guys, other things come up. But let's just do a little recap. Making a budget, that's number 1. The second one is find a theme and stick to it. The third one is no one's running you down. It's okay to slow down and take pace. Pace yourself. Number 4, everyone isn't who they seem. Wolves in sheep clothing. Remember that Jada told you that today. 5, it's okay to be selfish and to keep your ideas to yourself. And I said what I said. 6, it's best to commission people you don't know than the ones you know. This is a very iffy situation. This is sometimes, but take heed, take warning. And the last one, post every day, but avoid spamming. But yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm working on being more consistent. If I don't post once a week, I'm going to definitely post every other week. That's what I should say. But yes, everybody, thank you so much for sitting down and tuning in. If you like this video, thumbs up, comment, share, like, subscribe. Just let me know. Follow me on Instagram at Author Jada West. It's just the same user for Threads. Follow me on TikTok at Jada W Books. On Pinterest, it's at Author Jada West. Sign up for my newsletter at the link in bio. I'll also be more consistent there. And my website, which I'm revamping, and I'm opening my shop this year too. Read After Hours if you haven't. Billionaire Romance, Mental Health Wreck, CEO, and Intern. He loves her like breathing. And when I say billionaire, I mean billionaire. I'm talking about money. I love Billionaire Romance. Mental health work is very important to me, so it had to be in the book. He cooks for her, he massages her feet. He's such a good guy. I love Dylan. And before that, is coming March 30th, 2025. Our applications are open, guys. Go and sign up. You literally have a 99% chance of being chosen. I'm not even gonna lie. And yeah, I have other things coming out this year too. We don't talk about things before they happen. We don't count our eggs before they hatch. But once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to know when the videos are being posted. Remember to follow me. These are all of my socials, and feel free to text me if you want. Mainly on Instagram because that's where I mainly am. But feel free to reach out. I love you guys. Bye. I'm gonna take a moment to pause and just breathe and reflect. Ready? So I'm just gonna pause. Ready? Yes, guys.